Welcome to Mind Your Business, the channel where we are in a everybody business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Hey guys, so I am back to talk about Ready to Love as the new episode has just dropped and it has been very interesting. So it is all on the guy side now. So it was the men's lounge. It starts off with that. Tommy saying, okay, we're going to throw a curveball and the guys have to introduce the ladies that they like to one of their exes to get their perspective, So it kind of is a big curveball because, depending on how these guys get along with their exes, we'll see how it unfolds, right? But we start off with Cornelius, who has his ex there, and Camille comes over. We know Camille loves off Cornelius, so the ex obviously asking some valid questions about, the fact that she's been engaged 3 times, which I thought was good that she got into that. But what I thought was very Camille and very much a red flag for Cornelius is when, firstly, when she walks through the door, oh, there's heels here. Okay, so I'm like, oh. But what was interesting to me was that when she's leaving and, Cornelius is walking her down to the door, she is too busy wondering about, when is the ex-girlfriend leaving the house? What time is she leaving the house? When is she going? I'm like, hold on, this is not your man, woman. What is your problem? Jeez. So it was interesting to see Phil with his ex-girlfriend, and he brought along with him, out of the 3 that he went on a date with, he actually just brought Tasia and Shiloh, and it's clear to see from their interaction that, to me, Shiloh is the one that he's really quite, feeling. Tasia, to me, is usually quite confident, but she did come across not as confident at this particular meeting. I think she was a bit thrown off at the fact that it was the ex plus Shiloh, plus she wasn't happy about the seating, and then she didn't like some of the questioning. So I thought that she kind of shut down a bit, where she could have just been a bit more open, and I think it would have probably went in her benefit. But obviously that's how she is. She's going to be true to herself, right? Then next we have Frank, and Frank brought along Sydney, and he also brought along Mumine. And I think it's interesting because obviously he's got his ex-girlfriend, who's this white lady, and they're about to start, grilling him and asking lots of questions and getting into fact about, what is he like in the relationship. So I thought that they asked some really good questions. Unlike, say, for example, when I was watching the sit down with Phil and stuff, they didn't show them asking any really seriously deep questions, but it did seem like everyone kind of, got along. But I felt like Frank's situation was more interesting in terms of, he had to sweat a little bit, and they were talking about, his communication, and some of the questions were asked about, who's first to reconcile. And I thought they asked some really decent questions. Thought it was really interesting the way, Sydney quite likes to case to him. So during their little sit down, when he was sweating, she's getting up to wipe the sweat off his face. And then you've got Numine, who's quite comfortable in her skin, which I really liked. And also the questions about, the ex-girlfriend asked them, which was, what's your favourite thing about Frank? And I thought Mumine's answer was, spot on. And I also thought Sydney gave a really good answer. But in terms of chemistry, it looks like him and Sydney have a really good chemistry as well. But it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Really found it interesting this week because of the whole, ex dynamics and seeing women under the pressure and how everyone reacts. So when Walter got his ex, to meet up with Sabrina, I felt like she was quite defensive almost, and a bit, standoffish with her response, which is, she doesn't need to ask anybody any questions about Walter because she can ask in herself, which is fine, but that's not part of the challenge. And then obviously when she saw that obviously he's got a connection with Mumine, and she didn't know Mumine was coming, all of a sudden she's got to go and she's got a stylist appointment. And I thought, I don't know, you didn't come up across as well in that. You're confident, but you have a slight confident crazy. I think the ex-girlfriend was right to ask that question, are you a little bit crazy? Anywho, and as for the ex-girlfriend and those nails, wow, they must be the longest. She needs to go in the world record breakers or something, enter, because those nails are quite long. And I'm thinking, how you get things done, girl? Like, seriously. But anyway, I quite like the vibe that Walter also has with Mimine. I think they've got a nice connection as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, what happens there. Although with Walter, I think the only sticking point for him will be the fact that Mimine is saying that, she wants to refrain from having sex until she's married. But obviously, they still have a great chemistry. And obviously, that question came up because of his ex-girlfriend. I thought that was an interesting question to throw in, has your ex? But, it spices it up. So, has Walter called himself the light-skinned 50 Shades? Then that obviously is quite an important aspect for him within the relationship. Then of course you've got Dante, and he has invited Zadia and Shiloh to meet his ex-girlfriend. Zadia gets there first, thinking she's the only one in the picture. Anyway, so Zadia's quite surprised when Shiloh turns up, not knowing that obviously he was interested in both of them, hence why he's invited the two of them along. So all very interesting indeed. I thought it was interesting at the end when his ex-girlfriend was giving feedback and basically just outright said she thinks that Shiloh is a better fit for him. She felt that the questioning was more, on the brighter side, like as in, one was digging for dirt and one was more looking for the gems. So interesting. I have to say I like Walter's ex because I felt like she was spot on. She liked Mimine for him, and she spotted that, Sabrina's got a little bit of cray-cray in her. I think that too, man. There's something about her. There's something there. Like, I think she seems nice and that, but yeah, she got a little cuckoo. I'm sorry. That's just what I think, my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm also not on my own because Denise felt the same and she met her in person, might I add. I can't lie though, when, I first saw Sabrina and Walter connect, I thought, oh yeah, they got a nice little connection there. But, the more I'm seeing, and look how she even handled the Sean situation. Like, you told your friends like part of the truth from what we could see. So yeah, a little bit cray there, just a little bit, but really sweet, attractive and all that. But yeah, a little bit cray. Or as we say, 2 cans short of a 6-pack going on there, potentially. Now, watching Zadia go to meet Naeem and his ex-girlfriend was really interesting. The first thing the ex-girlfriend's going about is, has she got a fat booty? And then he says it to her when she arrives, that's the conversation that they had. And I also thought it was interesting, her point about him not being a very affectionate, like not liking to cuddle. So I thought that was a good point to bring up. And of course, it also seemed a bit weird, their little banter, because she was saying he doesn't like to cuddle. And, he took it, like, rolled his eyes. And it was a bit of a weird chemistry between those two. And then she was like, oh, maybe you just didn't like to cuddle me. So I was thinking, it's not really about you two right now. It's meant to be about looking forward. But I thought the whole sit down seemed to go okay, apart from the red flag that the ex-girlfriend put in his head about Zadia potentially not being emotionally there for him, which I don't know where she got that from. But yeah, interesting. Now, to add a little extra curveball, I thought it was really interesting that Sydney asked out Phil. Now, Phil has already 3 women, so she knows that based on, being at the women's ladies lounge. But obviously, she's going to shoot her shot, and she has. They seem like they've got, he said that he wants to ask her out as well. So Phil, to me, is therefore, he is definitely spreading out his options, and I think he's meant to be whittling it down. But they look cute together. But yeah, they seem to have what I call now, to me, surface sexual energy going on. But we'll see how that all transpires. Now, Gentleman's Lounge was good. I always like when Tommy starts to kind of get into it, or with them. Obviously, they're talking about the dates and how it all went. So you've got Walter, who's now talking about Mimine's kind of moved up in his category now. He had always, had Sabrina up there, but he's seen a couple different things and he's liking Mimine, which is good, but obviously causing confusion for him. Frank was saying that he likes, Sydney and Mimine. I think he kind of got more chemistry with Sydney, but he does really like Mimine as well. So, of course, there's more confusion there. Phil just spoke about the date with Tasia and Shiloh, and was talking about how Tasia obviously seemed a bit more not like herself. She wasn't as confident as usual. But he hasn't yet mentioned the fact that he went on a side date with Sydney. And, of course, Cornelius mentions the fact that he took Camille to the ex. And even Tommy is saying, any red flags there, dude? Like, seriously, the girl's downstairs saying, what time is she leaving? Are you sure? What time's the ex going? The man, Tommy, has even just said to you blatantly, are you ignoring some red flags? Tommy basically said, are you ignoring some red flags? And I think it's okay to say the man is just, what happened to him? He needs to sort it out. I don't understand it. It's just, boy, wake up. Yeah, so them woman, I'm mad woman. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But what I don't understand is from the guys now, the guys' point of view, why ain't none of them having a little word with Cornelius in his ear, like a slight red flag? I know, like, obviously they might have their own banter with Camille. She's probably a nice girl, you know, they all can crack some joke, but it's not a joke show, it's a dating show. So I'm thinking, like Walter saying, yeah, he don't want to put Camille on the list, and, you know, Phil's bantering about, yeah, he banters with her. So, but then Cornelius went to go and put Sabrina on the list, and Phil put Sabrina on the list as well, as in the one that they're not connecting with. So, and also Tasia's name came up too. So we know it's going to be between those two, potentially, that are going to go home. But I think it's interesting the way the men operate, and I thought one of them would have at least said to Cornelius, yo, bro, slight red flag there, like the girl likes you. If you like her and you like that type of, you know, real, you know, lockdown kind of woman, that will definitely want to know your passport, your pins, your everything, then that's fine, then go with it. But if not, just know that this is slight an issue at this point in the game. Yeah, so on the chopping block was Sabrina and Tasia. So, but Frank had a sit down with Sabrina, and Phil went to go and talk to Tasia. So Phil broke the news to Tasia, so that she had to go home. So obviously she felt that she was quite real when he was saying to her, you know, that she was the realest there, and she feels like, you know, the real obviously didn't make the cut, but, you know, good luck to her and her journey onwards. As for Sabrina, she really acted out. She felt like, you know, the men haven't been... She started popping off, do you know what I mean? She was like, the men haven't been communicating with her, and, you know, she was like, you know, she knows it's elimination week, she's not heard from anyone besides Walter. So you could tell, to me, like I said, the crazy is about to start coming out, because she's keeping that under lock and key. But I believe that that crazy is going to start popping out as we go. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that, you know, do you agree, or do you feel a bit differently? I also think another one that's interesting to watch is Zadia. Like, I don't quite get her game. Like, is Naeem her kind of safety guy? Does she really like him? Because she seems like she kind of likes him, but then she does like Dante. So, like, what is it? What do you guys... Is she just weighing her options? Is she just Kyra part 2? I don't know. Yeah, so what do you think of this week? What do you think of this commentary? Do you think the couples are heading in the right direction? Let me know your thoughts below. Should Walter go with Naeem, or do you prefer him to go with Sabrina? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know below. Looks like it's going to heat up with all the drama next week, so I will be watching and I will be commenting, of course. So stay tuned. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of People's Business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.